I know. My name is Wraith from TV, and I said I wasn't going to be talking about WWE anymore, but here we are, talking about it because I was bored. I was literally bored, and I had to go see a shit show. And by the way, I don't pay for ESPN Unlimited. My cable provider does, Spectrum. And if I didn't have that, I would probably go Yoho. You know what I mean? Third party. Because WWE and ESPN, Disney don't deserve any of my money like that. Just saying. Just pointing that out. And, yeah. If you're paying $29.99 for this shit, $30, just to have sports and wrestling and somewhat boxing, man, ESPN is not doing it for you. Because that show was shit. It was garbage. Boring. Predictable. Oh my God. Don't get me started. Brock Lesnar, I knew was going to lose because he wanted to retire in Minnesota. Why did they do all this stuff leading up to it? They did a 3 series. It was not really great of a match. It was terrible. Brock Lesnar had to take a mic and praise him and all this different stuff. Uma Femi. I'm happy that he's getting a push and look like a killer and being the next big thing, but the way we went about it was pretty terrible. Cody Rhodes and CM Punk. CM Punk after the match and at the presser saying, oh, I'm going to do this. Oh, I'm going to do that. They're letting him cut loose, but like a little too late. A little too late. Roman Reigns is the A champion on Raw. Raw's numbers are plummeting. He was correct about that on the media scrum. The match was garbage. The match was all over the place. Slow. Cody's lost a step in my eyes. And you're telling me that you're going to have Randy Orton that supposedly his contract is up and supposedly he's over here looking at contracts? According to reports. You're telling me that they're going to have these 3 old guys fighting each other for the rest of the year? Or wait, now we're going to have Gunther that they've made look weak because he beat Nick Aldis, the general manager. He now deserves a spot for the undisputed title. I would rather Gunther be on Raw and beat Roman at this point. And I'd rather Uma Femi beat CM Punk at this point. You have Liv Morgan that hasn't done anything lately beat Io Sky for no apparent reason. Then you have the Bellas that, what have you done for me lately too? Old. Paige, old. Instead of pushing young talent, WWE's pushing older talent. Like the Philadelphia 76ers are giving LeBron James the LeUnc fucking powers to kick all the young players. When did WWE become so old? And it's predictable. It's not even entertaining anymore. The matches are slow. Wrestlers can't wrestle. They didn't even fill up the stadium. Did you not notice when you were watching it on ESPN or Netflix? Did you notice that when they panned around, there was empty seats? Because people are realizing that the show is shit. It's garbage. It's predictable. And don't get me started with the commentary because they are literally zombies. They're like, behave. And then you got a lot of fucking selling out. During the pre-show, you had a lot of selling out and a lot of, no offense, ass kissing. And then you have Busted Open Radio, the biggest group that took money, and they want to justify it. And their shows have been trash. And don't get me started. If you try to spin this and say this was a good show, you really, I need to have what you're smoking. I need to have what you're drinking. Because this show wasn't it, Chief. It was boring and it was rushed. Usually, SummerSlam goes all the way up until nighttime. And you're usually sent home happy. Triple H has lost a step in booking. And I don't want to hear, oh, well, AEW. Yeah, AEW may fumble the bag here and there, but at least they make it interesting, and then they pick back up. This shit was predictable. It was boring. And I felt like I was being insulted. And then on top of it, why are we playing safe, WWE? Oh, and by the way, Punk can do what Punk does, typically what he should have been doing, I don't know, since he's been with the company, shitting on wrestlers and winning championships. We're finally doing that. It took you too long. That falls on Triple H. That falls on TKO. And shame on TKO. You're asking for too much money for your shows, and then you're getting sad and upset because you just don't get it. You're out of touch. You don't get what fans want. And Triple H, don't give me the whole, oh, well, you know, we took courage and all this bullshit. You're tone deaf, bro. Brother, there's reasons why there's reports coming out that The Rock does not want to be part of the company anymore. There are shareholders that don't want to be part of the company anymore. They're bailing. Why? Because you guys are not listening. Your show is becoming shit. It shows. Your 6-man tag woman match was the only thing that I went, okay, you're doing the right thing. And then you go and you have the Bellas turn on Paige, which makes no sense at all. Brie Bella, what has she done lately? Nikki Bella, what has she done lately? These are people that you should release off your roster. That's clogging your roster. You should bring up better talent. You took the belt off of Suruka and made her look stupid just to give Raquel Rodriguez finally a fucking push, which she should have had, I don't know, 2 years ago. You're going to sit here and you're going to fucking tell me, oh, you took courage? You didn't take courage. You've been under-delivering, charging way too much, and then dividing the fans. And then don't get me started with Club WWE. They were promoting that shit left and right. Have they not learned people don't want to see goddamn ads every fucking 5 minutes? Have they not learned? Triple H, you say you listen. You don't listen. It's very clearly you don't listen. And what you do is you buy people shows and wrestling shows and radio shows just to get them to preach the WWE narrative. Yeah, this show is boring. The crowd wasn't really into it. Outside of the main event. Punk's match, they didn't know what to do because you've made your booking absolutely in the shit bowl. Whoever's booking for it needs to be fired. Or the AI just needs to be fired because, honestly, who's booking this shit? You gave Triple H an upgraded contract and money, and you're telling me this man can't rub two brain cells together to figure the fucking shit out? That's fucking depressing to me. As a wrestling fan, how hard is it to sit down with 4 people in a room like we did in the old school days and figure this shit out? How do you have Gunther fighting Nick Aldis when he should have been fighting fucking Punk and winning? Or better at Uma Femi, we didn't need to have a 3-way series. Brock Lesnar should have gone in. This should have been the first match. He should have retired. He should have had his boots in the ground. Everything should have been done. He should have grabbed the mic saying, you're the future. That's it. Call it a day. Miss opportunities, man. And I've been giving the same shit to AEW. Miss opportunities. And I'm getting tired of AEW going the way of trying to copy WWE in certain aspects. That shit's getting old. Because you're seeing it. Their main event for Redemption? I still talk about this. The people that wrote that, it was all over the place. And then you got dumbass wrestling fans saying, oh, it was the best main event ever. What are you fucking smoking? Go watch something from the 90s or the early 2000s, mid 2000s. There will be nothing that touches that. And the 80s. As all of I concerned right now, there is really nothing right now that really touches that outside of the Ruthless Aggression era and fucking the Attitude Era. And somewhat the Golden Age. Somewhat Generation Alpha Day or Me days. But I'm going to just keep it for real here. Like I'm not trying to be fucking savage here, but it shows why I stopped watching the product. When you have blander than shit, and they're still trying to push fucking Downhousing that they just fucking buried. Like, I just don't get this company. They're out of touch and they're tone deaf. They are motherfucking tone deaf. And I don't want to fucking hear no more. Oh, WWE is the bar. There ain't the bar anymore. Bro, I'm watching MLW, MLPW. I'm watching like shows like House of Glory and other things that do this shit better. I just watched this indie promotion that, Wrestle Talk is promoting the shit out of WSX. That shit's even better. and Gigolo Pro Wrestling, I'm watching that. And I'm with Vince Russo. It's so much better. You're getting beginning and middle and ends of stories. And WWE does more entertainment. They might as well just take the wrestling out of it. Because it's garbage anyway. I have no faith for tomorrow. I'll watch tomorrow's. I'll probably say the same shit that I'm saying here in repeat. This shit was garbage. There's reasons why people are putting hashtags out, stop watching WWE. There's reasons why people are boycotting. And it shows tonight how many empty seats there were. Did you not notice? And don't give me, AEW has the same problem. No, AEW is selling out little mini arenas. Look, people do not want to be insulted. People want good wrestling. They want good storylines. They want to be captivated. And WWE ain't doing it. They're on autopilot mode. You got Triple H trying to play off defense more than offense. Look, I'll come back to watching WWE when they fairly charge people correctly. They have good storylines, and they stop trying to copy AEW with all this petty shit. And then stop taking wrestling shows and making them disingenuous. That is just absurd. It's disgusting. I don't find it sexy and attractive that Busted Open Radio are sitting like gamudgets and praising all the bullshit that WWE's doing. I don't find that shit funny or entertaining. And fuck Greg LaGreca, fuck fucking Bully Ray, and fuck all these other people that are sitting here, oh, well, we do courage. What are you, reading a fucking script? And by the way, your favorite commentator, their days are numbered. I'll tell you why. WWE is going to probably do what Nintendo does eventually. And they're going to sit back. And they're going to motherfreaking have to where they sign these contracts with these content creators, like a JD from New York, Solid Monster, Disease Sato. I said that. And then they'll all preach the WWE net. Oh, how great they are. Like a porn event. Trust me when I say this. The days of the IWC, YWC are coming to an end. And it's fucking really pathetic. It's disgusting. And it's just as bad on the AEW side where you got AEW fans going and turning around and literally regurgitating the same shit. And things that I've said on this very channel for the past 6 months. I've been correct on a lot of shit on this very channel with my co-host SmoothPana. And I've said this on and off this fucking show. And on and off my own videos. And on my own streams. And I am back better than ever, baby. Keeping it raw and kind of biased. And I will not sit here and watch these fucking wrestling shows fucking duke you. I will have a mouth. And I will have a fucking opinion when I want to say what I want to say. WWE thinks they could cover up a murder. They think they can cover up murders and get away with it. They think keep nickeling and diming the fans in this current economic times is just okay. But I'm not surprised because that's already Emmanuel's way. He did that with UFC. Look at Nate Diaz. Look at a lot of these talents that they fucking released. But when they want to give a big money contract to a big name that's really going for your company, they'll give it to you. And I don't want to hear, oh, WWE's taking courage. No, they're not. They're buying out companies. They're buying out the competition. Why? Because they want to control the narrative. It's the same with AI. It's the same with Paramount Warner Brothers Discovery. It's the same with the NFL, the NBA. They want to control the fucking narrative. What you watch, what you see. They want to control it. And they want to nickel and dime you at the end of the fucking rainbow. That's the truth. That's the truth. That's what LeBron James is doing in Philly. That's the same thing that he's doing in Philly. He wants to control the narrative. He wants to control players. So don't get me started when it comes to freaking WWE and their bullshit. It's bullshit. And it's sad. From a company when Vince McMahon was running it, at least Vince McMahon was about the people. Yes, he was a scumbag. Yeah, he's a predator and all this different shit. Yeah, okay. But at least that man, yeah, his booking at the end was pretty fucking garbage and generic. But at the end of it, he served the fans 5 stars. Made them feel wanted. Triple H, Artie Emanuel, TKO, they don't give a fuck about you. They're giving you an inside of the curtain. They're giving you an inside on the curtain. Things that you shouldn't be seeing in wrestling. WrestleMania has become a joke, which it used to be their Super Bowl. Their side Super Bowl was SummerSlam and Royal Rumble. Those 3 pay-per-views, those 3 shows that we all came to love as children are being ripped apart, and the integrity of those shows are becoming shit. And don't get me started. And I don't want to hear from these gemudget wrestlers sitting here and saying, oh, well, how much are you getting paid to say that? I'm sorry. How much are you getting paid by your company to say, why don't you be realistic and get the fucking shit out your mouth? How about that? How about we start being real about wrestling for once? And all these gemudget wrestling channels that are sitting and praising this shit, stop being so fun-loving and fun-lucky-go shit. I'm so over it. Stop bullshitting. Stop lying. And stop acting like these companies love you. These companies don't care what boot you lick, what shit you like. They don't give a fuck. They don't care. You're a dollar sign. You're a dollar sign. Real talk, you're a dollar sign. WWE don't give a shit about you. Shit, they made a WWE club because they got to compete with their second company that competes with them, AEW. And by the way, my AEW is killing it. Get prepared. My AEW is doing what the WWE network should have been years ago. Trust me when I say this. Tony Khan knows what he's fucking doing at this point when it comes to it, because he's signing all these promotions to big deals. Guaranteed money that he has to play with. Thank you, Warner Brothers Discovery. Oh, and by the way, if you think AEW is dying, they're going to make a shit ton of money when they start adding extras to it. When they start adding Honor Club. When they start adding different things to the stuff. And then you feel like $1 million after the fact. Trust me when I say this. When AEW goes $9.99 and then they have these tiers, or they have one tier or $12.99 or whatever, and they start charging and giving you free on top of it, little bonuses and shit, watch. I said this all along. I said WWE structure about partnering with all these different streaming companies that's going to be their biggest downfall. It's already showing. Because let me tell you a fun fact. ESPN was having problems all over the place on the Apple TV. On my Google streaming TV 4K box, same thing. Problems. Then it made me re-sign back in. They logged me out to re-sign me back in. That's a Disney problem. Whoever's constructing the ESPN app needs to please go fix it, because it's fucking garbage. I had to go and VPN in on Netflix just to finish out freaking waste of my time SummerSlam. Yes, SummerSlam was absolutely garbage. A garbage show. That'll be probably my title of the night. I don't find anything that was good, to be honest with you. Maybe, just maybe, I would say Femi and Brock Lesnar, great, yeah. Maybe Io Sky and Liv Morgan. But again, we're doing more entertainment with Liv Morgan than we are having her in a ring. We're protecting wrestlers that don't need to be protected. Maybe Nick Aldis and maybe Gunther. Okay. Randy Orton, why? None of these matches made sense. And tomorrow, I expect the same shit. And by the way, you could boo and hiss me, say, oh, you're not a man of words. You said you were never going to cover WWE blah, 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 with your co-host. Yeah, I know. I was bored. I'll admit this. I was fucking bored. I've seen all the TV. I've seen all the shows. I've been watching shows and catching up on all my stuff. I decided, you know what? There was no good sports on outside of Banana Ball and a few other things today. I'll give WWE. It's SummerSlam. I like SummerSlam. It was one of my favorite pay-per-views as a kid. And this was just dog shit. It was absolutely a shit show. And nobody can change my mind. Nobody can tell me different. You can't tell me fucking different. I don't know what people are seeing. The ones that are sticking around, maybe it's old nostalgia, maybe it's your loyalty, but man, they're really, really, really trying to bleed you dry when it comes to all their marketing. Everything, if you look at Club WWE, you look at all the shit, it's expensive. Mike, who has that kind of money? And by the way, just to get people butts in the seats, they had to discount their tickets because nobody was going. Who has the money to spend $2-3 on tickets? That's the thing. That's the wild part that WWE's missing out. The things about WWE that made their company and what Triple H and all these fucking gamudgets that work for WWE and all the Busted Open radio crew don't understand is the fucking fact that it used to be cheap. There was house shows. You felt special. Vince McMahon would. This is a crime. I guarantee. If Vince McMahon kept running the company, this wouldn't be. But all the scandals and everything forced him out. Now there is rumors and speculation that Vince is coming back and possibly thinking about purchasing some company and then turning it around into profits and stuff and having his son. That's rumors and speculation at this point. But at this point, I'm going to watch tomorrow. I'll give you guys a review of it. But I don't think I'm going to be covering WWE unless there's something big that I need to cover, like this. And even watching this was like sad. I was watching a slow burn funeral. And I'm sorry, but if you saw this as a great show, good on you. More power to you. I want to have what you have. I want to see with your rose-colored glasses. I want to see what you're drinking. I want to understand. This show was all over the place. It didn't give me the Brock Lesnar, like, bro, is he done? Is he not done? He just basically said, well, I'm the old, I'm the past. What, is he going to go into the sunset? Is this what we're doing? Liv Morgan's only going to fight every 90 days? Is that what we're doing until Rhea Ripley gets back? Oh, wait, we're going to throw Jade Cargill out there that can't wrestle. We're going to throw a Michin out there just to be the circus animal, the circus clown, to come out and dance for you. What are we doing? What are we fucking doing in 2026 with WWE? We're bringing Enzo and Cass back to the fucking show. You shouldn't have gotten rid of the talent that you got rid of. Kept them happy. Paid their asses. Put good booking. Fans will come back. Trust me, you lower the prices, you make good booking happen, and you stop nickeling and diming and spreading out all the pay-per-views onto 3 different streaming platforms or one and making it super impossible to afford. Maybe we have a different conversation. ESPN's not happy with WWE. Wonder why. When you're charging Disney, when you're charging a lot of money for ESPN Unlimited and you got shit pay-per-view like that, like what I just saw tonight, yeah, no wonder why you're upset at WWE. And I get why The Rock's walking out. I get why Rusev's walking out. I get why half of these talents are walking out. The booking is shit. When you have AI predict, you know, it's funny. They have on Untold. They have all these people in a fucking room, right? They're all sitting and they're eating and munching, getting their fat on. They can't even come up. They can't rub 2 brain cells to figure the shit out. They're sitting on a whiteboard when it's all done in AI. This is what's going to happen. They're going to have AI take over everything, and you're going to watch the quality of product go down, which you're already seeing in live time. And you're seeing AEW do it differently. That's the difference. That's your difference. When you have the human element and you're not letting ChatGPT write for everything, or Gemini, or Siri, if you have the new Siri, which is now partially Google intelligence mixed in with some, whatever. I digress. But my point is my point. You're seeing it in live time and they think you're fucking stupid. UFC thinks you're fucking stupid. They're putting out shit and expecting you to go pay at the dry. That's like video game companies. It's. I know I'm going on a tangent about a lot of things, but it's like gaming. Gaming thinks they can put out slop. EA, slop. 2K, slop. And they think they can get away with it. And people are walking. People are now saying gaming has just become way too expensive for slop. And then with it, Sony needs to bring back physical media. It'll be their own funeral in 2028. I think Sony's up for a rude awakening when people don't buy the next generation console and they're forced to bring out an external disk drive and bring back physical. They're trying to control narratives. That's what WWE's trying to do. And how's that working for WWE? It's not. People are... Supposedly, WWE's numbers are down like 10% or 20%. That's not good. Anyway, I don't want to seem like I'm ranting or anything like that. I'm going to get out of here. Make sure to rate, like, and subscribe. I'm not even going to glorify a review that give it a review score because that's just how I feel. And I know I'm going to get some good budget in my comment section to tell me I'm just ranting to rant and it's unjustified. Well, I'm sorry that I want wrestling. I want professional wrestling and I want good stories and I don't want my intelligence insulted and I shouldn't have to feel like I need to take gummies or smoke pot just to understand or go into Looneyville just to enjoy my show that I've come to love that now is insulting my intelligence, ripping me off and telling me how I should feel and saying they're listening at the same time, which is all bullshit. And then you gotta force CM Punk to be CM Punk best in the world where he's talking shit on a mic, acting like, bro, you're so bought. You're so corporate now. Everything that you said in AEW, you look like the big hypocrite. You've proven Jack Perry and all these people that have talked shit about you, Punk, right. Just saying, you have become the definition of what you said you weren't going to be. And then at the presser, you're doing all this shit, saying you got the A title. You don't have the A title. You have the B title. Roman Reigns has made that World Heavyweight title because he controls the narrative of WWE at 42, just like LeBron James. I'm just waiting for Roman to pat his hair with the comb, just like LeBron. Because he's a control freak. He's a narcissistic person. Obviously, it's apparent. Roman Reigns won't retire. Trust me, he'll retire at 50, like John Cena. Roman Reigns cannot get himself out of his own way to push younger talent. You're watching it in Lifetime. CM Punk, keep preaching that you're the A champion. You ain't no A champion. Fuck on. Anyway, my name is Wraith Realm TV. Make sure to rate, like, and subscribe. If you like these kind of videos, I appreciate it. Anyway, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.